Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. I am Karthik Kumar from Jesus and Mary Academy. I am here to take a lecture for class 10th biology. The topic is structure of chromosome, cell cycle and cell division. We will discuss only cell cycle and cell division in this lecture because the structure of chromosome is the part of genetics. So we will discuss in genetics because as we know that chromosome and chromosomal structure is the component and componential part of genetics. That's why we will discuss in a genetic chapter. Now here we will discuss only the cell cycle. Before the discussing of this chapter, I have some question for you, like why the cell division is essential and why new cell needs to be produced. You can pause this video and think about it for a couple of minutes. If you got some point related to this cell division, then it's good. Otherwise, I will explain right here, right now, that why the cell division is essential and why new cell needs to be produced. I hope you all did it. Now, why cell division is essential? I think cell division is essential for the growth and development, for the replacement of new cells, repairing of new cells, and for some reproduction in unicellular type of organism. Like if we are giving the answer, like the first one is growth and development, second one is replacement, next one is repair, and fourth one is reproduction. How it's all are important and how it's all are essential for the cell division. Let's take an example and explain each and every points. Do you know one important point? Each and every organism, either plant or an animal, being its life as a single cell. How? If you remembered, organisms found after the fertilization of zygote, and in the zygote lots of cleavage and differentiation takes place. After that, that zygote differentiated into tissue. After that, organ and organ maturate and differentiate and combine together to form an organ system. After that, an organism. So we can simply say it as each and every organism made firstly as a single cell, and after that differentiation and growth and development takes place in that cells, then an organism is found. So it is the essential for growth and development. Now how the replacement is essential? Replacement means, as you know that million and millions of cells destroyed each and every minute from our body. When you rub your hand, rub your body from your toil, lots of millions of cells destroyed each and every minute. But these cells replaced by the new cells from the division of their parent cells. As you mentioned, and as you remembered one thing, the scientist who gave the modification theory of who gave the modified cell theory, the scientist was Rudolf Virchow, and he said that each and every cells comes from pre-existing cells. That means a cells replace the other cells. Let's take an example in a plant cell. In a plant, old and dried leaves fall off during autumn season and new leaves grown out during the spring. It is a kind of replacement, not dear. So, cell division is essential for growth and development, replacement, and how the repair. How cell division is essential for repair. Suppose a person may accidental injuries, cuts in skin, or fracture in their bone. They cured by the repair of such injuries through cell division, which covers up the gaps and join the broken ends. That means repair is also a essential part for the cell division. How the reproduction is essential? In some lower organism like unicellular organism, it is the mode of reproduction like bacteria and some lower organism. This is the mode of reproduction by which organism divides, but it is not applicable for the multicellular. In the multicellular, it is only for the growth and development. It is okay. Now, here we will discuss the cell division and cell cycle, but some related terms will come in the next chapter and in this chapter. So we have to know about some related term. The term is, what is haploid, diploid. Haploid means having the one set of chromosome, either cell which having the single cell set of chromosome or single set of chromosome, that is haploid. Example, gametes. As you remember, the sperm cell or ova cell having the only N type of chromosome, that means only having N cells, that is called as haploid cells. And what about diploid? Diploid means 2N, that is having the two set of chromosomes. Example, somatic cells. What is somatic cells? Somatic cells means other than reproductive cells like testes and ovaries, except these two reproductive organs, all are somatic cells in our body. So that is diploid. And what is homologous chromosome? Homologous chromosome. Homo means similar. Homo means similar. Or logos means location, function, structure. That means a pair of chromosome in diploid cell that are exactly similar in shape and size. You can look at you can see this diagram. This is the simple structure of chromosome. This is the chromatid. Here the name of this chromatid. If the chromatid of a single chromosome is called as sister chromatids. Sister chromatids. But the two chromosome having different arms of different chromosome is called non-sister chromatid. Non-sister chromatid. And this is the homologous. This is the homologous chromosome. Why? Because each and every set of chromosome is equal, either this and this. That's why it is a homologous chromosome. And what is centromere? Centromere is constricted region where the chromosome is attached. Where the chromosome is attached. That is a centromere. It is centromere. Is it okay? This is my dear haploid set of chromosome, and we will conclude it as a haploid and two set of haploid chromosome that will be diploid. That means single set of chromosome is haploid and two set of chromosome is diploid. It is okay. And chromatid, arms of the chromosome is called chromatids, either in unicellular, in haploid set of chromosome or in diploid set of chromosome. Each and every arms is called chromatids. That's why in a single chromosome, if having the two same kinds of chromatids having present, that's why it is called as sister chromatids. But the chromatids or arms of the other chromosome is called as non-sister chromatids. Is it okay? In this chapter, two another types of functional process will occurring, like karyokinesis and cytokinesis. The karyokinesis means, the karyon means nucleus. Karyon means nucleus and kinesis means division. That means the division of nucleus. That is called karyokinesis. What about the cytokinesis? Cyton means, yes, cyton means cytoplasm and kinesis means division. The division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. Is it okay? Now look at this point. The types of cell division. In your syllabus, you have only two types of cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis will come in your syllabus. But before the starting of the cell division and their mechanism, write here a simple diagram about the cell cycle and how cell cycle is important and how the cell division is a part of cell cycle. So let's look at this. The cell cycle having completed in a two division, that is two types. It may be periodic growth and periodic division. Both are combinedly to form togetherly called as cell cycle. That means a cell having the firstly growth phase having occurs and after that the divisional phase is occurring, then we called as a cell cycle having completed in a single cell. So let's have a look. It is a cell cycle and having cell cycle having two phases. The first one is interphase. You can see here it is the longest path. It is interphase, which is almost the 94% of total cell path. Look at this point. It is a divisional phase, which is 6% of total phases. In the interphase, there are three types of phase are togetherly formed. That is G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Whereas divisional phase having also two types. The first one is direct division and the second one is indirect division. The direct division means amitosis, which is not in your syllabus, but we will discuss here right now. And the indirect division, that is mitosis and meiosis, which is most important for your syllabus. So each and every point we will discuss in detail. So what is the cell cycle? The cell cycle means the periodic growth, development and division of cell is called cell cycle. Because suppose here single cell having takes place and it is the G1 phase, that means the growth first growth phase. Here the cell becomes developed and here the synthesized in the cells, and after that the here cells will come, and when the cell comes in the divisional area, it will divided into two cells. Like here the cell which comes in the growth phase and developed cell, and this will becomes divide two cells, that is growth phase and division phase. Is it okay? So we will discuss each and every phase in detail. So let's start about the interphase. As you know that interphase is only a phase which having the only growth. Not in the interphase any kinds of division takes place. That's why it's also known as resting stage of cell cycle, because it involves only a growth and development of the cells. That's why this interphase is called as resting stage of the cell cycle. Is it clear? Now let's take a look the phases of interphase, that is G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Each phase is having the different characteristics and functional zone. So the G1 phase is largest phase of interphase, and you can say that it is the largest phase of total cell cycle also. It is the first growth phase. That's why we can write here at a G1, that means the first growth phase. In the G1 phase there are lots of synthesis takes place here, like protein synthesis, RNA synthesis and enzyme synthesis. Also a ribosomal synthesis takes place in the G1 phases. That means ribosomal synthesis, protein synthesis, RNA, enzymatic synthesis takes place in the G1 phases. Because it is a growth phase, that's why each and every cell grown here the firstly. That is, the cell grow in the size, cytoplasm of the cell increases. It is the characteristics and functional for the G1 phase that will applicable in the next cell cycle or cell division. After the growth of the cell, S phase, that means synthesis phase is taken in the next. In the S phase, the replication or duplication of DNA takes place. Here also a histone protein synthesis takes place and chromosomes are duplicated or replication. It is simply as in the same manner. Duplication or replication is same thing. That means replication of DNA, replication of chromosome and chromosomes having doubled. As you remembered one thing, as I told you, it is having the cell having haploid set of chromosome in the G1 phase. Here the synthesis of chromosome synthesis takes place in this phase. After that it will be converted into one more chromosome. That means it will bivalent chromosome or having two sister chromatids. Is it okay, my dear? Now for the G2 phase, growth 2 phase, it is shorter than the G1 phase because most complexity part of the interphase is G1 phase. That's why these two phases are very shorter according to the G1 phases. G2 phase having the shorter than any one other phase, and here duplication or synthesis of RNA and protein once again. That means if the protein and RNA synthesis is remaining in the second growth phase, that time the RNA and protein synthesis completely. So here the cell having matured completely and ready for the division. That's why here they started the divisional phase, or it also known as M phase. It also known as or M phase. M phase having the two types of division. Let's take a look firstly about the direct division or amitosis. and it also known as mitotic division. Mitotic division. Okay. Now look at this point. How the direct division takes place. Direct means each and every cell having karyokinesis and cytokinesis takes place simultaneously. That means there is no the karyokinesis will be takes place first and after that the cytokinesis will take in. Here the karyokinesis and cytokinesis takes place simultaneously. That's why it is called as direct division or amitosis. Is it okay, my dear? Here the cytokinesis and karyokinesis will take place simultaneously. That means whole division of nucleus will be takes place at single time, one time. It is applicable for the bacterium, paramecium and lots of unicellular organism. Now the another type of cell division, that is indirect division. What is the meaning of indirect division? Here having the two types of division. The first one is mitosis and the second one is meiosis. We will discuss each and every division. Mitosis division takes place in somatic cells. As I said earlier, what is the somatic cells? Somatic cells are those kind of cells, except you can simply remember as except the reproductive cells. And what is reproductive cells? Testes in a male and ovaries in a female. Other than each and every organ, cells, body, skin, blood, bone and connective tissue, other than everything are somatic cells. That will be easily for you understand. Is it okay? Mitosis division. Let's take a look for the mitosis division. The mitosis division was term given by Fleming. Fleming was the scientist who given the term first mitosis in 1882. Okay, but observed by Strasburger in plant cell and Walter Fleming in animal cell. He was the scientist who observed in an animal cell. Then he termed the mitosis division. But another scientist who was the Strasburger also observed in a plant cell how the plant cell divides or cell division occurs in a plant cells. These two scientists was who observed the mitosis in a different animal and plant cells. Now let's look at the other characteristics about for the mitosis is two daughter cells are produced from one parental cells. That means you can simply see in here, it is rough. If the parent having the one cell, that means a 2 N of chromosome, because it is always appears in a diploid cells. Sorry, haploid and diploid both. Suppose it is the 2N and when the haplotic, cytokinetic and karyokinesis takes place not simultaneously, separately, after that two daughter cell will be occurs at the end of mitosis division, but having the same number of chromosome and same number of cells. That is mitosis division is having the features. Look at this. Look at this here. Chromosomes remain same in the parent as well as in daughter cell. Are you understanding my point, my dear? If yes, then good. Other than, you can think once again. Now look at this as a rough idea. Here the mitosis division. For the mitosis division, I told you if the cell having 2N After that, the karyokinesis will take place first. That means the division of nucleus. The division of nucleus will take place first. When the karyokinesis will completed, here the karyokinesis completed. Karyokinesis start. Here the karyokinesis completed. After the completion of karyokinesis, two daughter nuclei are found in a single cytoplasm. After that, the cytoplasmic division takes place. That means here the two daughter cells are produced. Here is also 2n. That means here the cytokinesis started and here the cytokinesis completed. Is it okay? And remind one more time amitosis. Look at this difference between two cells. I told you here in amitosis division, here the karyokinesis and cytokinesis takes place simultaneously, whereas in the mitosis division karyokinesis takes place first and then cytokinesis takes place. So it was the classes and it was the simple lecture for the introduction related to the mitosis or cell division. We will discuss in the next lecture about the mechanism of mitosis division and the mechanism of meiosis division. For the next video, stay tuned and take care. Bye bye.